Hey guys, Jason Dude Guy here. I am back with another video on the tutorial we were doing before. In this episode, I will be covering powered blocks. So let's just a little overview of the last episode. We went over redstone itself, the redstone dust. We went over the torch. We went over the repeater. And last episode, I started going over the invert cell with the torch, and you just watch the previous video because I don't want to explain that again. Um, and yeah, now I'll go over how this actually works a bit more with the powered blocks, so-called. So basically, blocks can sort of act as a block of redstone if you use them properly. See, the reason this turns off the torch is because you're providing power into the block. Or if you even just do that, you're providing power into the block. And you can receive more, well, actually if I put a repeater into this, I can receive the power from over here. But please note that it will not work if you have just regular redstone going into it like that. And it will work if you have a repeater as the output. So it has to have a repeater somehow. I'll just leave this like that. But only this block is powered. This, see, obviously this works, but this doesn't because it doesn't pass it on. You can't, but obviously you can make the redstone go up like that, and then it would touch. This does not work. This does not work. Don't expect that to work, to turn that off. But I'll just leave this as an example, and then I'll show you just right next to it. You know, powering it like that has to have a repeater output. So if you have redstone dust as an input, you have to have a repeater output, unless you go like that and then have redstone there. But if you have a repeater input, you can have a repeater output, but you can also have some dust. That's that. But what I was going over before with the repeater text is that this is the redstone lamp, basically a decoration block, can be powered by redstone. It also works as a block that can be powered. Also a block can be powered like this if you have a torch or some sort of power source going into it from below. It will turn off the torches, you know. And the reason they're flashing real quick is because it has to keep up, or they're just catching up. But the redstone lamp also, when it's powered, turns on and can be used as decoration. But it also works as a solid block and can pass through current, just like the sandstone and other blocks. Let's see. But you can also put the output like that, and this is basically the same thing as we were doing before, the redstone lamp. But what is different is if you power this block, it can receive power from that block, and that's why this torch is turning off, because it's receiving power from the block below, and so it can turn on. But this can't turn on because it's too high up, and it's not receiving power from the lamp because the current doesn't flow up like redstone flows sideways. That's basically all I can say really about powered blocks. Like I said, the invert cell works because you're powering the block here. But now we're going to go over something a little bit special. This is the same thing, but we're gonna go over something I like to call transparent blocks. So as you can see, I'm taking out stone slab or a slab of some type, glowstone and glass. So you can't on glass. You cannot place redstone dust. You cannot place a comparator, but you can place redstone torch. please note that the glass counts as a transparent block, and you can't really, if you power it, the power doesn't go through and doesn't turn off this torch, because it's not actually powering the block, since it is counted as a transparent block. And so this would not work for an invert cell. Also note that you cannot have power going into it and receive it somehow. It just doesn't work that way. I'll just show you here, like this. That doesn't work, and that doesn't work. Wait, this would have to be a repeater. But still, it doesn't work, no matter what. Now, glowstone, or let's just go with stone slabs. Now, this is gonna be a bit tricky to place all these down, but I'm just using glowstone as a block. But anyways, this is a bit weird that this redstone here actually is connecting to this redstone. So if we power this, it acts just as if we had blocks like this for some reason. Now, I thought this was pretty weird, but that's because these are the top slabs. If we count them as a full block, obviously it shows the texture there of having, the full block, and it shows the redstone connecting. But as you can see, it's pointed like this, and it connects. And that's the basics about slabs and glass. Now, glowstone is also a transparent block, except a little bit more special. So, still it counts as a transparent block. See, this torch here isn't. Let me just raise that up one instead. This torch will not power that redstone. But something that does work is, before I was showing you how this redstone can't power this redstone here because they're blocked off. Well, it may not look like it, but sorry, I keep breathing into my mic. But these sort of are actually connected, and same with this one. Even if I block them off, so I'll show you here. I'll show you proof of that. Let me just sort of take this one away, and I'll build up a little bit here like this. And I'll even put that there. But look at that. That doesn't make much sense, does it? But it works, and if it works in redstone, that's wonderful. Oh, one thing I forgot to include about glass that's really quick is that it sort of can't really stop redstone from going up the block like this. Obviously, a block like that will stop it, and it won't work. I'll show you. But if you have glass instead, like that, as you can see, first of all, it still says it's connecting, and it also works. But if you have a repeater here, it will power the block, and the redstone will receive it. But yeah, that's how that works. And as I was going over the glowstone here, it also counts as a transparent block. But it's a bit strange because you don't see the texture here at all, and it still works. So you can go up like this, forever. And well, actually, another weird thing about it is that it doesn't repeat the current at all, obviously, because regular redstone current. I think that's why they made it so you couldn't do it regularly. But you can go up and up and up until you run out of current there. There, that's the last block. Let's make sure that went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, wait, that's 16 there. So that's why it can't get powered, because this is the 15 right here, and this is the beginning of our power source. So the redstone torch sort of counts as a 16 I guess you could say. But yeah, um, so that is bit of complicated stuff. And just so you know, the thing with the slabs here, make sure the upper parts of slabs, not the lower part, like that, because slabs obviously work as they have a top and a bottom, and you can connect them both like that to make a full block. Excuse me. And yeah, make sure you don't get that wrong, because it will not work. See, I can't place it down. I tried to, but it won't work. Um, that's what I wanted to go over this episode. I wanted to just basically go over powering blocks, um, the basics of it all. Oh, wait a sec. I think that thing I was showing you before works with stairs too. Yes, it does. See, for weird reasons. Anyways, it works with stairs, and this is a bunch of weird stuff. It must be hard to make sense of all this. I know it must be, because it was hard for me when I took all this information in for myself and I was learning about Redstone, because it seemed interesting to me. But once you can really make sense of it all, it's fun to learn. But this has been the basics of powering blocks, and next episode, I guess we will go over, maybe we'll start going over blocks of redstone and other components such as buttons, levers, and pressure plates, and things like that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.